Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. How are you? I'm well. I'm well. I already exercised. I got out and did a little bit of that this morning. And then I just forgot my glasses upstairs. So I ran upstairs to get them. So I am energized and ready to take on the day. But I wanted to show you all something. I have this thing about um, sunflowers. And so I went yesterday and got these beautiful, beautiful sunflowers. And I also took a friend some that's been under the weather. She had an operation. And so I took her some and I was so excited about it. I said, tomorrow I'm going to talk about the word shine. I did this word maybe, I want to say 3 years ago, and it's just that word that just it gives me a happy feeling. It makes me want to smile, like the sunflowers. I just feel that there's a happiness to not only the color yellow, but what sunflowers kind of represent. And these particular ones with the dark center are called black eyed Susie's. So Susan, so I love that whole concept of what the yellow and which is friendly means to me. So I'm going to shine a little bit this morning for you all. And as I said, I had a good weekend. My and my day has started well, and I'm hoping the same for you. So today I have a poem called Let Your Light Shine. How many of us let our light shine? How many of us are real more so than not so real? How many of us are able to stand up on not only what we believe, but we recognize the fact that we might be a woman or a man, we might be educated or just average, but we just live our lives based on who we were made to be and not somebody that we're making up to be, a characterized, object or person in a book. We're real. We're fleshy. We have feelings. We have desires. We have goals. Some of us, we put it out every day in the atmosphere that we have goals, and not only do we have the capability of loving, but we want to be loved. So when I say let your light shine, which is the phrase that everyone has used for many moons, it means something. It means something to me. So I found this poem by Marianne Williamson. It was posted in the area of inspiration on the internet on May 5th, 2017. And so it talks about um, letting one's light shine. And it says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Let me turn the page. It says, actually, who are we not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. The fact that we are who we are, we're allowing people to say, hey, look, you be who you are, whoever you are. That's fine with me. I think it's wonderful that the lights that we see in people that are on that they're revealed. They're not worried about what people see about them. It is what it is. I love that. I love that, and I try to do that as best I can. I know sometimes I may, think, well, I can't go out this way and can't go out that way, because people will see me. They will see something. It is what it is. None of us are perfect. We don't have all the answers. We don't have every look we're supposed to have. We're not going to be, walking on runways as a featured model or on the front cover of a book. We didn't get that. We didn't. Well, let me put it this way. I didn't. Maybe you did. That's wonderful. So when we talk about shine, it says to give out a bright light. You can't even, to me, you can't touch what we're talking about when you're talking about shine. It's just something like, I've seen people have an aura around them, not in the sense that I see, like light and everything, but there's something about them that their presence is welcomed. Their presence is welcomed. You enjoy seeing them. You like what you see. You are encouraged by that kind of thing. So when we look at shine, it talks about to beam, to radiate. I've seen people that I've been in their presence where I'm just wow, to hear them talk, or it might be their walk, or it might be just the way they carry themselves. Say, wow, they have this shine, this glow about who they are, and they're comfortable. They're comfortable. And sometimes we're uncomfortable with the fact that they're comfortable. Mm. So it says, when we shine, we also gleam and glow and glint. There's a glimmer and a sparkle and a twinkle. There might be a flicker. For some people, it may come and go, but we see it. It might be a shimmer or a flash, a dazzle, a flare, a place, a fluorescence, a glister. It says it also may just be the overall luminousness of this individual. Just their presence gives you something to deal with. So when we break the word down this morning, and have any of you ever been stuck on your ability to just shine on who you are, not trying to be somebody else, but just the things that you have? Like I've found that people wait until they get much older in life for them to realize that they had so many other talents, so many other gifts that they never used. They never ever used them, only because they had a fear, which is what that poem was speaking to. Sometimes our fears lock us up, close off our ability to be seen, and we have no shine for ourselves or others. So we're never revealed. But it says if we really look at who we are, then we can be just who we are, wherever we are, with whomever's around. So when we break the word down this morning, my S is for my sparkle. It might be that you have another word for your S, but my S is sparkle, which is to shine brightly with various flashes of light. Meaning, I'm hoping that I make impact with someone. Maybe it's in our discussion. Maybe it's in the way in which I carry myself. Maybe it's something. It's something that we sometimes as individuals can connect to without words. There's just a connection. So the sparkle talks about when we have this thing that is our shine. It says there might be the blink, a wink, a glitter. It says it may be, a scintillation, a twinkling, a flashing. When I think about some of the people that I've admired, it just shocks me that, it wasn't just me who saw this glow. Like one of the persons that I love to see all the time on, and I've actually met them in person, was Tabitha Brown. And she is so genuinely glowing in her ability to spread the spirit of this, what I would call a shiny glow. It's just there when she talks. And it could be just talking about food and explaining things, and I believe that she had that long before all the other things that have come along since then. Since her stepping onto the scene. If you've seen anything of Tabitha Brown's, it's really, everything has launched off for her, which is wonderful. From food, which is vegan, to looking at clothing and things for your home, dishware, all kinds of things. I just think it's wonderful. Books, even seasonings. To me, the world got it. The people that have seen her understand who she is, and they love it. They love it. Good morning, Maurice. Maurice has a glow. Yes, he does. He has a shine that you could tell his goodness, right, Maurice? Maurice knows what I'm talking about. You can. So I say my S was for my sparkle, but it could be something else for you. But shine is our word for today. My H of shine is for my humility. I don't believe that it's necessary to push who you are off on other people. You are who you are, and there's no reason for you to be anything less. And so for me, my humility is that it says to have modest or low view of one's own importance. There's humbleness to it. I don't want to be all caught up into my promotion of self, my this and my that, and I don't know the understanding of staying low, as our pastor always says. Get low. Get below where you might be reaching up to, but stay underneath that. Don't make it where, yeah, and I should be. And, you don't see unnecessary stuff. So the humility talks about it says the viewing one's own importance and humbleness, understanding modesty. How many of us can understand modesty or understand lack of vanity, not realizing the importance of just, remaining just regular, I used to have a friend that everything was about her. No one else could ever have anything. Like if we were talking about this person, all of a sudden it shifted back to her and her beauty and her importance. And sometimes you have to realize that people that seek out that kind of thing, their attention is required. Your attention is required. That's how they thrive. And I don't want to live off of someone vicariously. I'm going to live my own life. And I don't want it to be that I'm bringing something out that really isn't me. I don't really want that. So humility talks about being modest, realizing that there's a difference in what it is that you are. Humanity. Ooh, I like that. Humanity is really a good word. And it says also being unassertive and being humble to the point where you still know who you are, regardless of if they're pumping you up, saying, "Oh, you're this and you're that and whatever," And I think it's nice if we can hear those nice comments and accolades, but it doesn't serve the purpose of us remaining solidly grounded into who we are and what we should be standing for. And when I say should, that means in the effort of understanding what I would. Okay, it may be that you think your should is much higher, so therefore you want more of. I just think that personally that my happiness can be shared by others by just the fact that I'm happy. If I'm happy, I hope I'm going to make you happy when you see me, with a smile and a handshake. If you're close enough, maybe even a hug. But it will not be that I put myself in a position where I need more than what can ever be returned. I'm just going to put it out there and let it go where it will. Good morning, Miss Rosie. How you doing, my friend? Today our word is shine, and I know you have that shine about you. You really, really do. But we already said sparkle and humility, understanding our value should not be certainly above anyone else's value. So we need to stay humble. And my eye of shine is for my individuality. I don't expect anybody else to act like me. I don't expect to act like anyone else. I am who I am, and you are who you are. So when we look at the word shine, which is our word for today, we want to make it that it's your shining. And like that's why I always ask, are you stuck? Because I'm trying to get out there, and this is the platform that I use. Blogging is to let people know that hey, you don't have to be stuck. It is what it is in terms of your own individuality, and that's why I'm looking at that. Oh, integrity. Oh, I love that. That's a great word for shine. Because how much do we shine and we make it where it's a reasonable shining. It's not the maximum of, oh, yeah, and everybody loves me. Well, do they? No, they do not. So the individuality is what I said. I said an individuality talks about the quality or the character of a particular person or the things that distinguishes them from others, meaning I'm not going to be a carbon copy of anyone else. I'm going to be my own copy, my own thing that I can, reimagine every day, that I'm going to add this, I'm going to maybe take away that, but I'm putting it down as my own track. It's my own track from my life. And it talks about individuality being that it's specifically to me, especially when, I'm strongly marked as that's her, that's him, that's them, so it is an identifiable characteristics of individuality, but it is what it is. So individuality talks about what makes us unique. I feel that my shine may be different than someone else's. And good morning. Oh, good morning, Angelique. Hey, sweet pea. How are you, Angie? Good to see you. Good to see you. Today we're talking about shine and how our shine is something that we own. It's personal. It's individual. It's our own humility. It's our own sparkle. And it's no one else's. No one else belongs in the shine that we have. Now we may shine together as friends and co-workers and, and partiers, whatever we want to do. But the individuality of who we are makes it that it becomes individually that I will shine alone. You can shine alone. So whatever specific things that you shine in, it may be, the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, all those kinds of things may gather people's attention about you. But that's your shine, It may be that you're always happy, that you're always laughing or smiling. Because to me, a smile leaves a presence even when I'm no longer here. Even if I'm not in front of you, say, but she was smiling. That to me talks about what I've left behind. The individuality portion talks about originality, singularity, particularity. It says it may be our peculiarness, the fact that we may have some things that are solely ours. Nobody else wants them, or nobody else does it like you do. It talks about it being distinctive. We sometimes don't want to be distinctive because we want to be not different, but we want to be the same as someone else. Well, you can't be the same, even if you make every attempt to do so. Even twins still have some things, or triplets still have some things that make them identifiable. Maybe difficult, but they have something that makes them defiable between each other. And it talks about individuality being, our differences, our separateness, our distinctions all set us apart And it also identifies our personalities. We all have different personalities. Some personalities, you see them, they're very, very tough, very, very stern, very straightforward, straight no chaser. This is it. I am who I am. I give you a mean exterior. I give you a direct, and a distinctive answers, and I'm strong. Okay, with someone else may be totally different than that. They may be very quiet personalities, very, very I would say unjoining. They're not a part of the masses. If anything, you may have to go outside the circle to bring them into the circle, because maybe they're looking for the invitation. Because some people, you have to go a little bit harder, a little bit further to make them feel like they're a part of something, even though they come with their own individualness. Then also with the whole concept of understanding individuality, it's self and it's your own personal identity. It is. Next thing we move on, when we talk about our shine includes our network. What network do we have going on? Some people are strictly family oriented. That's it. They don't want anybody else coming towards their family, including in-laws who become outlaws. They're not interested in any of that. They want it just that the nucleus of the family always remains that. And so sometimes that's difficult to deal with, especially if one of the family members has brought or attempted to bring someone else in through marriage or through, it might be just through a child. But sometimes things happen, and so the network may change. The niche, ooh, I love that niche. That's good. Because sometimes it is specialized, and it is a niche. But the network itself is a group or a system of interconnected people or elements. And sometimes you realize that you could never be a part of that niche. You can never be a part of that network, because some of the things that they do are not things that you can stand up on or support or embrace. And so you realize, okay, that's not the way I'm going. I'm going to stay over here until either I find, the people that can support who I am, or at least allow for who I am. Because sometimes you're not asking anybody to support you on anything. You're just asking that you would be recognized for who you are, regardless of where you are, regardless. So the network talks about the system, the complex, the nexus, the web, because sometimes there's a webbiness to who we are or what we're a part of. It talks about the grapevine, because you find that we may be connected with people. We may look a little bit like them, but we're not like them. I've had several people tell me, you look just like that's true. I've told people that too. And we end up laughing about the fact that, even though we look alike, we're not the same people. My shine may be in totally different areas than the other person that I might be favoring or favors myself. So we also talk about with the network, it talks about it being like a telegraph, a bush telegraph, or an old boy network. All of these are part of that networking system. And this is also an intersect with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts, meaning that's the web. Even I think those of us who are kind of connected through social media, we may look on there and see that there's things that are familiar to us, or kind of meet us in our heart or our head. And next thing you know, we formed friendships that way. Or we find out that we might be related to somebody just from doing those kind of research. And it says that networking is also a crisscross of people, networking, gridding, and it's lattice work, because it is what it is. Our lives are sometimes crossing and uncrossing through the years. And have any of you still have friends from when you were really young, like from when you were maybe 10, 15. I still have a couple from high school and also undergraduate school and graduate school. So, I do remember those people perfectly well, just like they were sitting here. And sometimes we get a chance to talk, and it's like no time has ever passed. Okay, that's because we remembered the glow we got from them. We got that shine, that thing that kind of kept it where we were close. We were connected with each other. And so to me, those connections sometimes, even though they form at young ages, they continue well into our older years. And then finally, my E, what would you put for your E? I know there's a few of you on here. What would you put for your E and using the word shine as your pivotal word? Um, let's see what you have. I'm having my cold coffee this morning. I have it in a different cup. Somebody gave me this cup for last Christmas. I said, I think I'll use that cup this morning. But what would you put for your E? Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to see if anybody writes in. If not, I'll give you another second. But I thought about this word so much that I hadn't done it in years. I think three and a half years ago is when I did this word, and I said, you know what? We need something to shine in our lives because every day, if you're a person that listens to the news, you know that there's things to make us fearful, anxious, worried, all those kinds of things. But yet and still, I'm always searching for my shine, my ability to rise above whatever might make me have fear or anxiety. So I'm always looking and searching to rise above that. So my E, since I didn't get any responses, my E is how do we electrify? Because that's what shine is to electrify, to cause a sudden sense of great excitement and thrill. Sometimes there's certain people I see and I'm exactly where that is, electrifying. I'm just happy, happy, happy to see these individuals and knowing that they're well and that they're doing stuff. And the thing about it is that it doesn't stop with just one person. There's several people. When I see them, I am excited. And to me that's great. And it says when we're having this electrifying experience, it says there's some excitement and a thrill. We might be stimulated for conversation and laughing and hugging and all those kinds of things that makes our shine even more shiny. It says that there's a roost that goes on. We're inspired. Have you ever seen people and all of a sudden what you were working on them with becomes back, it comes back to you, say, oh yeah, we need to finish that girl or guy, we need to. That's because that residue from the shine, the excitement is still there, or it is, or it pops back to you once you get an opportunity to see them. It also says that we stir up. Sometimes we can stir up certain things when we see people that have that shine. They say, oh man, because I have a girlfriend, every time I talk with her or see her, she says, yeah, girl, you need to finish those books because the topics are so well needed. And my life gets busy after I finish talking with her, and I go back to putting some time in it, but not enough time to get it finished. But one of these days, that will be added to, the things that God will say that I have accomplished. Electrifying also talks about being the thrill, like the thrill of seeing people and, visiting with them and getting what I call that stimulation of thought and ideas and encouragement and laughter and all those things that come with it. It says electrifying also could mean intoxicating, that we could get intoxicated just by seeing other people. Galvanized, meaning all of a sudden we got an idea that's going to work. And in fact, I did that probably about a week ago. I ran into this this wonderful musician who's studying now over at the University of West Florida. In fact, he said he's taking orchestra for writing music for the instrument of I think he said cello. I said, wow, that is wonderful. But he also plays jazz and gospel music. So he and I actually, if you're in the area, I think it's October 12th, Everman on Grocery and Cafe on 9 Mile Road. He and I are going to do a 1 hour program with doing jazz and maybe a few, audience participation songs. So that's going to be on October 12th. And I think our time is from 1 to 2. So we're looking very much forward to that. And that's a membership drive, and membership for Everman is really reasonable. So I certainly recommend that you do that. And for students, I think it's only $8. For seniors, it's $8. And I believe for the regular membership for the general public might be, I don't know, $12, $20. I'm not quite sure. It might be 20. But because I fit the senior role, I have mine. But anyway, when we look at electrifying, we look at the fact that all these things can come to us over and over again every time we're stimulated by what it is that we see in others or others see in us. But listen, that's our session for today on Shine. Certainly, if you don't do anything else, hit the share button and let it go out there that others know that there is Dr. Winnie out here trying to just make a difference in understanding that occasionally we are stuck. But we don't have to be. We can just continue to support each other in that, like I do with this vlog, is making sure that people know, hey, listen, I'm going to listen in today and take this information to others who may need to hear it. Certainly do that. I will see you again on Wednesday at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live. And I use the platform StreamYard, StreamYard.com, and StreamYard allows me to actually go out to all the other platforms that I'm on, which include Instagram, obviously Facebook, and YouTube. So great platform. Love it, love it, love it. Listen, have a wonderful day. I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.